for the podcast I chose Rotten Mango. The host is Stephanie Sue. I chose this podcast because I have watched a lot of her videos in the past. I used to watch her YouTube videos, and now I watch her podcasts. I listen to her podcast on YouTube, but you can also listen to on other streaming platforms. I just listen to that on YouTube and Spotify. Basically, the premise of the video was talking about a true crime, a murder that happened in November of 2025, last year. Basically, a woman named Becca, she was murdered by her biological mother, Courtney. And there's speculation as to why she murdered her, but it's not very clear. I don't think they ever got a reason, an answer for it. I think she claimed, like her husband claimed that it was because she was jealous of her, because she was, so Becca had a fiance who was twice her age. She was 22 and her fiance was over 40. Her fiance was sleeping with her biological mother, and I assume that some jealousy had occurred there. Basically, her mother took her into the woods, like I guess kidnapped her, took her to the woods, and stabbed her a bunch of times, cut the baby out of her stomach, and then, while she was alive, and proceeded to hook her up to the vehicle and drag her deeper into the woods so that nobody would find her, covered her with leaves, and then her husband, her biological mother's husband, was there, by the way, and, helped her cover this up. And, they took the baby back home. The baby wasn't alive. The baby died, obviously. It wasn't crying. So they were trying to perform CPR and it didn't work. So they took it and put it in a cooler and put it on the porch for when it was trash day so they could get rid of the evidence. But they're not very smart in one of the police investigations, because they were very, very suspicious. And they kept changing their story, like, a lot. The police were trying to get a confession out of them, and she wasn't very smart and ended up confessing, and so that's how that story ended. As for a critique of the podcast, I'm a big fan of her. The only thing is that sometimes I wish she was a bit more serious just because of the topic. It's a really serious and gruesome topic, so I just wish that she was serious all the way through. I know that she's pretty respectful, a lot more respectful than other true crime, people who talk about true crime. She's very respectful, but it's like, you could always be more respectful, because it's like these people were tortured and murdered, and, these people went through it, so it's like, I think she could be a little bit more respectful, more serious. That's it. She's really respectful, and I like her videos, and she does a good job explaining it from beginning to end